Last week, without conclusive evidence, U.S. President Donald Trump linked autism to taking Tylenol during pregnancy. But a host of experts disagree with him. UBC geneticist and clinical teratologist Dr. Sura Alwan joins us now to talk about how and when and why people ought to continue relying on acetaminophen for pain or fever during pregnancy. Dr. Alwan, we appreciate your time. Before we get into this, can you explain for those of us who don't know, what does a teratologist do?
So a clinical teratologist, or the field of teratology, is a scientist who studies how medications and other exposures during pregnancy might affect the baby's development. And my work focuses on carefully evaluating the evidence, what's known, what's uncertain, and what still needs more research.
So there seems to be little conclusive evidence behind Donald Trump's statements linking Tylenol during pregnancy to autism. Why is it important that pregnant people understand clearly that?
It's important for people who are pregnant to understand that there isn't strong scientific evidence behind President Trump's statement. Pregnancy is already a time when families face difficult decisions about medications and exposures, and misinformation can only create unnecessary fear or guilt. Also, the way we talk about autism really matters. Too often headlines frame it as a risk or something to fear, but autism is best understood as a heritable spectrum of traits that has always existed in human populations and is not caused by medication taken in pregnancy. So what's truly risky is when fear-mongering headlines increase stigma, make parents feel blamed, and even cause some to stop treating fever or other medical conditions. And we know for sure that untreated illness can harm both mother and baby. That's why it's so important for clinicians and the public to have reliable, evidence-based resources to guide decisions. And those resources are available.
And before we get to those resources, let's ask about those resources now. What are that available for healthcare providers and the public, people who are pregnant, who are seeking clarity about what they can take?
Absolutely. So as part of ParentNet Society is a nonprofit organization that we lead, and we operate, as part of it, we operate an online database called TERIS, which is a trusted evidence-based resource that has been around for 40 years and is used by clinicians worldwide to assess the safety of medications and other exposures in pregnancy. And what makes TERIS unique is that every agent, and we have about 1,800 agents available. Every agent is thoroughly reviewed by an advisory board of experts in medicine, epidemiology, and genetics, and the board discusses the evidence and reaches a consensus on the risk rating, so clinicians know they're getting carefully vetted, reliable guidance. And for the public, there's a wonderful companion resource called mothertobaby.org, and it provides free, easy-to-understand fact sheets, a baby blog, and even a podcast series, all designed to make the science accessible directly to families. So together, these resources really bridge the gap between research, clinicians, and families.